of the things that a lot of people tell me they like about Antietam, myself included, is that I consider it the most pristine battlefield, major battlefield of the East. It's not cluttered by monuments, say the way a Gettysburg or some other places are. But there are monuments here, and they're very meaningful. Most of these monuments, or many of them, were put up by the veterans themselves in the 1890s and into the early 1900s, including this one. The Maryland Monument. Maryland, of course, was a border state. They had troops from both sides, and this monument represents that. It was erected in 1900 or 1901. Here it is under construction. You can see the lady on top. Manny, does she have a name?
Maryland.
Thank you.
That is the allegorical figure of Maryland.
I've never thought about that. Go figure. Here she is on the ground on her bronze ball, sitting on the ground there, and you can just check it out while it's being built. I strongly feel that I'm showing you this photo probably because it's cool to stand here and look at it, but often studying the 1890s and early 1900s battlefield is just as valuable as studying what it was like in 1862. The veterans came back in 1900 and they wrote about it. Okay, so when they wrote about it, often they were looking at and referring to other monuments and roads and things that weren't even here during the battle. Sometimes at the dedication of the monument, which, by the way, the MC was Henry Kai Douglas, who you probably know as Henry Kid Douglas. I still prefer to say it that way, who lived around here and served on Stonewall Jackson's staff. And speaking here was also William McKinley, the president at the time, who was actually in this battle and decorated for it. In any case, you know, at a lot of these monument speeches, they would say, and your brave colonel breathed his last 8 yards to the north of here. Well, sometimes these monuments move around. This one hasn't. Maybe it's important to study those speeches and understand what the battlefield was like when the veterans were talking about it in order to understand 1862 better in 2013. Whoa, that's almost 4D too. While we're standing here, I always like to show, and this is just another amusing thing, is that monument over there to the 59th New York. These are among the troops who met disaster when they went into those woods called the West Woods, and the park is regrowing those very admirably over the years, by the way. I only show this picture for one reason, is because a descendant of the colonel actually purchased 0.02 acres over at that intersection, surrounded it with a fence, and it's the only monument I've ever seen anywhere that has a turnstile to try to control access into 0.02 acres so people can go in, walk around the monument, and then come out the other side. They expected some heavy visitation for this thing, which I just find amusing. Questions? All right.